What is the ideal work-life balance for highly sensitive person? This is exactly what I want to tackle in this video, and I'm gonna share my 3 tips to finding such ideal balance between all the stimulus around us, whether it's work-related, hobby-related, free time related, content creation related, and so on and so on. Whatever you can think of, I will try to cover in this video, and I will come with my own formula. It's not adaptable to anyone. Everyone is different, even among those who are highly sensitive persons, of course, and I'm not a certified psychologist, therapist, or life coach. I just share my own journey as a highly sensitive person in recent years. So before jumping into the 3 tips, let's start by briefly outlining what is highly sensitive person in the first place. If you don't know the term, it's about 20% of the population. Research said people who are more prone to stressed out by stimulus, social stimulus at work, with friends, after work hours, at hobbies, and we tend to dive deeper into one thing. And when we face multiple stimulus at the same time or in a short period of time, then it can overwhelm us very quickly. So there are a lot of drawbacks to that, but as well as benefits of being highly sensitive person. If you are, or one of your friends are, you might be noticed that we are more creative, we like nature, we appreciate nature moments like viewpoints and interesting places, and we like to investigate further things that we come across, a hobby we like, or a project at work. We go above and beyond and do everything more deeply. So this is a benefit. We can come with more nuanced approach to everything and be more creative, as we can provide more original insights about the topic. So there are benefits and drawbacks in being such highly too sensitive person, as many people call us. You are too sensitive. But this is it, because we are really sensitive, not just in a surface level sense of, oh, I'm sensitive to what you say to me, but we are more sensitive to every stimulus. Even when I see a movie or, I don't know, a TV show, the visuals and the scene and the ideas that presented there will stick in my mind way later, and I will process it over and over again, not in an obsessive way, but more in a vivid way, that we are more susceptible to every nuance of visually and socially everything. So that can be a hassle sometimes if you do too many things in a short period of time. And this is why I devoted this video, as I am a highly sensitive creator on this channel and on my blog. I want to find balance, because it's pretty frustrating in the modern life, especially when you work full time, and especially when you do things on the side, I don't know, creative endeavor like YouTube channel or other things on social media, or you have a hobby or a volunteer work, then you just can burn out so quickly, even quicker than other people may do. So let's start with the first tip. The first tip is something not to do. Avoid as much as you can from being employed full time. And this is controversial, right? I'm not saying you what to do. I'm not a career advisor. Not at all. I'm just sharing my not so great experience from being years in such position. I feel back office executive, which ideally is good for highly sensitive people, because you are in the back office, you do analysis work, you gather data for other departments, for the sales department, for the PR department, and for the marketing. You can do, it depends on the specific company and the role you do. It's very broad to say back office executive, but it compasses of many things. But the common thing for all these roles is that you do it without interacting too much with other people. So if you're a highly sensitive person, you want to limit your interactions with other people on daily basis all the time, right? You already have your interaction with your team, with your supervisor, and so on, and this is important. We'll get that in a minute. But what I'm trying to say now in this tip is Try to avoid full schedule, a full-on job when you do above and beyond and you are expected to achieve more and even to do more hours after the full-time work from 9 to 5, right? It's actually 9 to 6 or 9 to 7, even 9 to 8. Sometimes I didn't see the daylight. That can be devastating for everyone, by the way, but especially for highly sensitive person who are becoming way more exhausted from this stimulus if they work too much. So try not to work full time in this regard and work instead in part-time or 3/4 of the work, right? And there are some positions like that, and you can also explain that it doesn't do you good and it does for the work better if you can work less. And this, by the way, I think, and they also have been proven in some research that when you work less, your production becomes better. Companies understand that more and more. So that is especially the case for highly sensitive persons. So yeah, pay attention to that and try to limit your work hours. For example, my existential crisis has been taking place in such a role, back office executive and customer service agent in one investment company. I just had rough quantitative goals to send X emails in a day and 100 emails in a day or less, 70, I don't remember exactly the number. And that made me so stressful that so I even felt like dizzy when I entered the work, and I was surrounded by so many other coworkers in the open space. And that is another factor to consider. And so try to search intimate work hubs and with less hours. This is the ideal work environment. Second tip is try to find your unique voice as a creator. Today, with the creator markets, there are so many content creation opportunities as well as competition. However, paying more attention to the nuances on each field and each niche can give you an edge over other creators, right? Because you are more nuance oriented, you are deep dive. That can be a big edge for you, and especially here on YouTube. And if you want further understand why, watch this video I devoted why YouTube is your best bet as a highly sensitive creator. And so back to the second tip, I believe that content creation in general is best for you as you have a lot to offer. You have original insights, nuanced approach, and your original ideas, and just spread the word in one niche, one problem that you solve, and allocate the content around this. And that can also help you to manage your own schedule. As soon as your creative side hustle becomes your main hustle, that's best for you because you can manage your own time. Even if you hire a team, then you can delegate your work for a manager and so on. I'm not in that stage, of course, but you can learn from successful creators out there. There are a lot of examples for that in the YouTube space. It gives you freedom, not just in terms of money, but you are in charge, you are your own boss, and you can go to the beach in the middle of the day if you want, right? Unlike freelance work, when you still have a client that you need to obey to his general expectations, right? While being creator is more of, if you don't create, you just don't progress, because the algorithm favors, of course, those who are more consistent. But if you don't want to, you just please the hold button and do whatever you like and come back whenever it suits you, right? So this is a big advantage. You can limit the stimulus to a level that you can have control over. And this is a big advantage over being an employee, over being a freelancer, and so on. And finally, the third tip is don't stay too much alone, because it's very easy to go to the solo creator path and go to some work zones as an employee in a part-time job that is very intimate and without too many people. I was working in a job in a small business where it was just me and the owner. So it was fun for me because not many stimulus, but it was too narrow socially, right? Because it was just me and him. As much he was very great boss and good friend as well. It was not like more of small company or startup vibes where you connect with other people, you drink coffee with them in break time, and that's different thing. And this is important, especially to highly sensitive person, because we tend to go indoors and we search this solitude too much. Maybe because it's also important because everyone needs social interaction introverts and highly sensitive person alike, everyone. When you become a solo creator, you do a lot of things alone. You edit the videos alone, you create the videos alone, you think about the ideas, you script, you write for your blog, the first draft, the second draft, everything is about you doing the thing. And beside that, it can also lead to burnout, especially when we dive deep and we like to do one thing for a long time. We need to have some breaks, but also that we are too much alone. So try to surround yourself, whether it's a nice community work after work hours or some hobby time with other people, language course, workshops, you name it. Just do something that can balance your alone time. If you are a solo creator like me, and if you're a freelancer also, because WhatsApp or SMS messages with your clients and emails don't count, because these are not real life experiences with others. And this is important for your mental health. So let's sum it up together. The first tip was don't work full time ideally. Try to limit that, whether to speak with your boss, whether to try to reduce hours or to go to other workplace which has less hours schedule and smaller amount of people in one room. Second thing is do content creation. Content creation helps you to feel more meaningful, feels you have something of your own, and also it helps you to manage your own schedule, unlike being an employee or freelance work. And finally, have some social interaction. This is crucial for your mental health, especially if you went full on your content creation. So I hope you took value and you know how to balance your life with work and your hobbies and content creation, how to get meaning of your work, to have your own schedule, and to stay not overstimulus and burnout. So this was it for today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.